Hello, kids and families of the heart. It's Ethan. I wanted to provide for you a little video talking about the story that we are covering this week. As you know, we've been tracking through the narratives of Genesis chapters 12 through 50. We're all the way in 27 today. So you guys remember Father Abraham had many sons. All right, so we got through that part. We talked about Abraham and the promises God made to him and how that would actually shape the whole world, what he would do with this man and the family that he didn't even have at the time. And we watched God be faithful over and over again, even as Abraham struggled at times. And he had a son, Isaac, who grew up and got married. Remember, we covered the scene where he met his wife, this wonderful girl named Rebecca, who moved an incredible amount of water just to let the camels drink. You guys remember that? All the camels and all the water. We did the math for that. That is fascinating. So we're picking up after that. This guy grows up. Him and Rebecca have kids, and they actually have twins. So for those of you who don't know, I'm a twin. If you've ever seen me in public and I'm like, I don't know you, and I don't say hey or anything, it's probably not me. It's my twin. So these guys, I know from experience being a twin, sometimes you don't always get along. And I'm sure you guys know, kids with your brothers and sisters, you don't always get along. So last week, remember, we talked about this bowl of soup. It must have been a really good bowl of soup because Esau actually gave up his birthright for it. Remember, these brothers weren't treating each other very well, were they? We had Jacob that was trying to he wasn't being kind. His brother was very hungry, and he, I need you to give me something very expensive just for me to share my soup. And Esau, who took for granted what he had, this birthright. So neither brother was really acting very good to one another. And again, we're gonna look at a story today where they're not quite treating each other very well. So brace yourself for some sibling drama. So I thought most of the kids, if you're like my kids, have probably seen Frozen 2, Anna Elsa, particularly Olaf, right? Everybody loves Olaf. And Olaf has this really unique way of telling a story, and a couple times during the movie he recaps a story. So I thought it would be fun for me to try an attempt to, in the spirit of Olaf, to tell the story of Jacob and Esau and Isaac. So if you'd follow with me, I'm gonna embrace my inner Olaf, and we're gonna talk about this new story of drama between brothers and ask the question, where is God in all of this? So let's begin.
I'm Isaac. I'm so old and I can't even see, but I think I'm dying soon, so I've got to bless my sons. Rebecca dear, can you get me Esau? It's time I bless my son.
Oh no, it's time to bless Esau, but I like Jacob more. I must come up with a plan.
Yes, Mom? It's Jacob here. What do you need?
I want you to have the blessing of your father, not Esau. Let's come up with a plan and trick him. He's blind anyway.
But Mom, Esau is like a bear of a man. I'm smooth and underdeveloped.
Don't worry, dear. I have a plan.
Yes, is that my boy? Come on in. Can you make me some stew? I'm gonna bless you, son. I can't see you, but I know you're there. Where are you, boy?
Hey, Dad. Yeah, it's me. It's Esau.
You don't sound like Esau. Come here, let me make sure you're Esau. I know Esau has hairy arms. Where's your hairy arm, boy? Ah, that's my hairy arm boy. My favorite son, Esau. I'm gonna bless you. I'm gonna bless you.
Oh, gee. Thanks, Dad. Oh, someone's coming. Wait. Dad, I'm ready to be blessed. I made your stew.
Wait, what? I just blessed somebody. Who'd I bless? Uh-oh. Esau, I don't think I blessed you.
No! No! Where's Jacob? I'm gonna get him.
Okay, clearly I'm no Olaf, but I think you get the gist of the story. Jacob tricked his dad into blessing him instead of Esau. Jacob stole something very important to Esau. And not only that, he pretended to be somebody that he was not. So kids, can you relate a little bit to Jacob at all? Have you ever tried to take something that wasn't yours? Did it get you in trouble? And even more so, Jacob pretended he was somebody else. Have you ever wanted to be someone that you aren't? Can you relate to Jacob a little bit in that way? So, I think Jacob felt unseen by his dad. He didn't feel like his father really saw him. He even pretended to be his older brother just to get his dad's blessing. How do you think God sees you? Did you know God thinks of himself as our Father? I think it would be a good opportunity for you and your parents to talk about this. That God actually sees you. He sees you for who you are. You don't have to pretend to be anybody else. You don't have to trick him to get his blessing. You can be yourself around God. And that's something we can learn from this. And another thing, as I've mentioned week after week, that God can work in even this family. These guys aren't treating each other right. And the story gets even more interesting when we go visit Jacob and his uncle. I hope that gives you a little bit of hope that family life, no matter how difficult it can be, is something that God can use to show himself. So think about this a little bit and let this story work on your heart. And I would love for you guys to read it with your parents. It's Genesis chapter 27. All right, well, I look forward to making another Olaf-style recap for next week, hopefully. So we'll see you then. Godspeed.